Woo! What's going on, man? What a drama. Shouts out to Mr. P&D with his crazy stream. He had a stream called Simps, DJ, Envy, and Umar. I call him Pumar Johnson, right? It was a great stream until Gabe kind of brought some super chats and then you had the usual suspects, Mr. Fentanyl and I ain't gonna name the other individual, mad at Kevin Samuels and the Manosphere. Yeah, but at the end of it, Gabe, Abe, and Mr. Fentanyl, man. What a brand way to start entertainment, man. Let me get into my little shit and check in the chat. I mean, the drama over at Mr. P&D's, boy. Lord have mercy. See, Ramil is entertaining. You know, it's all entertainment. I know they talk about KS and the DJ Envy situation. That's what they talk about over there, right? I was just there to troll. I'm not going to front. But Mr. Fentanyl and Gabe A, yeah, Gabe A's the winner. He exposed dude. They both have different viewpoints. But man, it's just entertainment at this point on that side, man. They are crazy over at Ramil's right now. But what I've noticed, he tried to brag about his accomplishment and his height again, and you know, Gabe came with the trolling and just came at him, got him amped up, and I kept saying something in the chat. I said he's drowning again, he's doing this, he's doing that, and I mean, Gabe is ruthless, man. Like I don't know what it is to hate with Gabe, man. They hate him every time. The last time I had him on the panel, we was talking about utilitarianism and change of construct, right? Dudes like him, man, he is funny as shit. Like Gabe will, when he roasts you and trolling, you don't know what time he's on, right? He told to drop everybody down in Ramil's chat on this, I think during the string after he opened the panel up and then talk about DJ Envy and the Umar thing, because I think Ramil had a video with Mark Lamont Hill with the interview with Umar Johnson talking about the manosphere. And then Umar was mad because he mentioned our names, the whole manosphere in a subtext. And people thought we were worried. I said, to me, I'm not worried. It's just a little competition, you know. It ain't gonna change for the better. You know, KS is gonna be successful. Um, but it can backfire them at the end time. But you know, they'll wait for some years to bring them down. You know how it is. It ain't nothing new under the sun because we got another 4 years or that at the end of the 4 years, see who's going to be president, see who's going to allow this stuff on TV. You know what I mean? Because America is changing. It's a different world right now. But then you got Mr. Fentanyl acting crazy over at Ramil's right now. Just him and Gabe A, they just going at it, man. I had to get up out of there. I just kept calling him what you call Mr. Fentanyl, this and that. I'm like, I'm going to have to stop. I'm done with dude, man. Like at this point, he's taking way too many L's, man. And Gabe is just going in for the kill. It's just ridiculous at this point. I just can't look at Ramil's stream. I mean, Ramil, shouts out to him. You know, he had a great stream and he exposed a lot of people that's hating and then trying to grow in space. But I'm not saying they hating or anything. That's just normal. That's part of the game. You know, you got to fit in what you fit in. But yeah, everybody's watching space, good and bad. It gives us somewhat publicity, but the one that's going to make it is certain people's gonna make it. Not all of us. I mean, we're here for a reason. Ain't nobody watching mainstream TV. So yeah, they're gonna try to put a damper on everything. And everybody said, oh, Hollywood's gonna come in and take over. They're not gonna do any of that. All right. What they're gonna do is they're gonna try to censor everything, but that's gonna backfire because you got other sites that will replace YouTube one day. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but it's a possibility. Um, but if YouTube gets bigger and try to help the content creators out, which they may and may not. It depends on the owner, whoever gets bought out and fired. We'll see. Because we don't know how elections is going to be this Biden period and after that, because I don't think he's going to run another term. I'm just sorry. Because the way things are moving now. And it's kind of crazy. And they're looking at this DJ Envy and this Umar criticism of the manosphere and calling everybody beta males. Well, it's kind of funny. Well, it's kind of funny that Gabe and Fantastic went at it Ramil's pen. I'm not surprised. Gabe was looking for the trolling man and Fantastic falls for the rabbit hole again. Damn, I said his name. I mean, Mr. Fentanyl. That's what I call Mr. Fentanyl. Just looking at it again, man. He still can't get over that George Floyd was killed and had no drugs and stuff. That's what I believe, you know. And it's kind of funny that we try to tell him that he lost again with that case. I mean, the guy's gonna do more time. I don't know if he's gonna get off right away, and I think there's nothing to overturn his sentence. I'm just saying, you know, the world's changing, man. And I mean, he had a great stream. Ramil had a great stream, and it's funny that dudes like him act crazy about this, and Gabe A just coming at it with the smoke, man. I just don't know, man. I just don't know. And Gabe A was on fire, man. I mean, he tore his ass up. But I'm just gonna chill for a minute. I mean, I'm looking at Ramil's stream right now, and they still going at it. I don't know how long they gonna argue. And then, oh, he done left. He done left. Okay, he done left. Yeah, it's just so much drama in the sphere, man. They acting crazy, and it's all entertainment at their side at this point. You know, they fall in the abyss right now. It's just like I predicted. You know, once a guy gets successful, the fuck shit's here. We just talked about it last night, and I knew Ramil has the most fiery, lit streams, controversial topics about, are we gonna make it or not? And it was a decent, great stream. People support him. He was out of the box today. He had like 800, almost 900 something people in the box. So 1,000 views. He already got his views. Now it went down to 400 something. But Mr. Fentanyl, man, you up out of there, man. You done took another L from Mr. Gabe Abe. And Gabe Abe he's killing y'all, man. I'm just laughing at this point. But it's just so funny that why is it on Ramil's panel, though? That's what I want to know. Why is it on Ramil's? Ramil is the only one that has a logical reason, and I'm not saying he's perfect or anything, but he tries to reason with them guys, but they play up to him. I said this over at Kudos on his panels once. They play up to that nigga, man. And they act like they don't want to admit that, but it's so true. Like, I see it from my own eyes from streams, chats, and the super chats. I don't super chat them at all, but these dudes be crazy. I know in the chat I'd be crazy, right? Out of the box. But there's a lot of people that don't like Mr. Fentanyl, aka you already know who I'm talking about, Mr. 824. That boy has a lot of ego. Okay. That boy got a lot of ego. Oh, Gabe done went off. Okay, cool. Man, it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. And yeah, I think Charles having a stream. I don't know. I may have to hit this. Yeah, I may have to hit that. Yeah, with Charles and all that stuff. Ante's still going. I don't know what he's talking about. The overuse of the terms alpha, beta, analytics. Yeah, Ante's got a good stream. But this this app stream may not be long. It may be short because I don't know if it's going to make any numbers. I'm just looking at my observation, and I may be put this to the 50-minute mark or whoever shows up. But I'm just saying I don't know if I'm going to open this up or not. But yeah, what I saw at his panel today, it was great in the beginning. But midway to always to the end, Gabe A had to come up and talk to this dude, and Mr. Fentanyl will not stop beefing with dudes, man. Like, he has an ego problem. I'm sorry. Always talking about money, this and that. He the main hypocrite that talks about shit. He did this last year. Now he's doing it this year. He's just faltering right now. I just can't take dudes seriously at this moment. I know I'm live right now, but it is funny as shit, man. You already know what time it is. It's just, I'm not gonna clown these dudes. I'm just gonna leave it alone. And Gabe A he destroyed that dude. I'm sorry. He was just trolling him. He gave him points and everything, but he just trolled the shit out of dude. I thought Mr. Fentanyl was acting crazy. You know what I mean? Like, he just still don't get it. Like, dudes be at his head for no reason. I'm just saying, like, enough is enough. I know he's a decent guy. He's smart and everything, but dude, sometimes you're not always the smartest person in the room. I know he's been in the military. He needs to stop bragging. That's worse than bragging about PhDs when we see in the 2.0 space. But Gabe had to correct his behind. Like, yeah, he makes money. We could say he's a Rhodes Scholar. He said he got a Rhodes Scholar degree. Shouts out to him, but salute to him, by the way. But Gabe he's on fire, man. And I told him in the chat I was gonna make an after stream about this drama, man. It's funny. I don't know what it is with him though. I have a problem. Everybody hates Gabe. It's really the other way around. Mr. Fentanyl has a lot of dick riders. He got a lot of dick holsters on his team. He tries to say, I'm the most hated in the space. Dude, no, you're not. You want the hate. You want to be seen. It's like you got a lot of riders over there. That's why you got a lot of subscribers in everybody. Not because of the hate. You just toxic. You want to be like Tommy. I see the Tommy syndrome in you, buddy. Mr. Fentanyl, you ain't proved nothing. We seen this before. And then what happens if you say F to space and then leave us? It's going to happen. I'm going to predict this. Mark my words. You hear this first on this channel. This dude may lead to space probably next year. And he said he was going to get into politics. I heard him say that. And when he said that, I'm like, okay, we'll see. And don't that sound like Mr. Hodemayor? He would say, well, I call him crispy, clown ass nigga. Man, come on, man. I just can't take these dudes seriously, man. Like, it's funny at first. Troll them is too easy. And they always want to talk shit on panels. But see, and then I think he blocked me over some BS, but it was political too. It was a mix of a lot of things, but he knew who I was. And I kind of cut him off at December 3rd. But the main reason I'm making this stream is it's obvious, man. Ramil be with these killer streams, boy. He had these killer streams. But Gabe, man, he's ruthless in that chat. I'm sorry, man. Y'all need to leave Gabe alone. I'm sorry, man. Gabe is one of them dudes, man. Like, yeah, he be trolling, but it's soft trolling. It stings like it hurts. But you dudes need to stop. I mean, like, quit coming at Gabe, man. Gabe ain't the issue. No, I don't know if he has a channel or whatever, but Gabe, at least he hits that link and be bold enough. I know he'd be super chatting acting crazy and then donating in the space, but I know he's a panelist, but man, he be going in on everybody. I don't think he gives, to be honest with you. I really don't think he cares, because it's funny at this point. I just don't see a lot of people trying him, man. And it was just typical Ramils at the end. It was entertaining. It was fun for a while it lasted. Yeah, I trolled in there. I'm gonna admit, I was trolling in the chat, called him Mr. Fentanyl. He got tight, got emotional. He said, "I don't want to address you, niggas. I don't want to address you. All you super chat." He didn't want to address me. And that, how I got him when I called Mr. Fentanyl? I'm in his head, man. Once you call somebody a name and name flip them to death, he is gone. Okay, he is gone. When you get at him, and guys that don't have a good sense of humor, and he has a fragile ego, you get the best of him. See, when I start calling him, what was the names I called him? I called him Fantabulous. He hated that. He came at me on a panel with MOT once and tried to tell me it was good. Yeah, it was good, but I was just trolling him. I was playing with him. It wasn't no beef. This is fun for me. But when Gabe trolls him, it hits different. See, when I troll him, it hits different. He don't want to address me. But that's cool. But see, it ain't no beef on my end. I'm just saying, man, he just keep going at dudes after dudes. And I'm like, dude, let that shit go, man. Let that shit go. It's just really sad at this point. And I just kind of laugh at this point. And what you see now is like this whole space is looking at him like as a clown at this point. I mean, I can't take him serious at this point after that Ramils, man. And oh man. Oh, Jerome got a live on him? Okay. Yeah, he's delusional. But yeah, it's a decent stream, man. I'm just looking at what's going on. Yeah, Mr. Fentanyl acting crazy, but yeah, Gabe just messing with him. It's 10:40. I know it's a short stream, but man, Ramil's panel is crazy. I had to do this, man. I'm sorry I had to do this after stream, man. I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna shout out to Auntie for a minute. That's my man. Let's see what Auntie's talking about. Yeah, man. Yeah, 15 in the box. Okay. He'll get those numbers back, but let's see, he needs to quit tripping, man. Like, yeah. Um, he had a good stream. He had a great stream. In the beginning into the middle. He talked about when Umar and what you call it, DJ Envy was criticizing not just only Kevin Samuels, but they was criticizing the space in general. See, Kevin is just bait for them. But us in general, it's like, yeah, it's like the whole space. I don't think it's all of us. I think it's certain individuals they've seen and who's popular, who's not. But what I've noticed, there was a lot of friction in the chat when certain people's when he opened the panel up, and I said, "Oh Lord, here goes the usual suspect." And yep, Mr. Fentanyl was there, and everybody else had a piece. It went good, and of course, my boy Ty City was there. Shouts out to him, and it was not bad for a while. Tensions was cool, but as soon as they got in the chat, things got heated. When Gabe was storing super chats and all this and that, and he said, I ain't even worried about people kept bringing up. See, really, the chat got it all started. The chat box got it really started. And when I found out, it's like how I got started. And I was in the chat. I was throwing like a motherfucker. I didn't care. I just being me. Over Ramil. See, Ramil's entertaining. I don't take some of the stuff he says seriously. I mean, he's an entertaining guy. He's got good info. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he can be a little off sometimes, but you just spit the bones and meat out of the bones and get the information without him. But what you do with Ramil is you use them as some knowledge of what he talks about in certain areas, but at least he's honest about the industry. He does know that. I give him that. At least he's honest. Unlike most people on here, but yeah. But he sets these topics up to get everybody amped up. I mean, he is fair. I have to give him that. He is fair, but you still got to pay that fee. And I'm like, damn, to get up on panel. But I'm good. I'm good. I'm good because Ramil wants a certain way. His is paying him, right? But you know what I'm saying? And he's very cautious. That's why he is what he is. That's why people play up to him. But your boy, Mr. Fentanyl, man, he just won't stop talking shit, man. And Gabe just had to give him that business. When he got on that panel, things went left on his end. I'm talking about Mr. Fentanyl, but not Gabe. But after that, man, it's just crazy. I know people left in the chat box, and I got to talk about this, man. I know people don't like the beef and don't give me the likes, but whatever, man. I just don't care at this point. But at this point, I'm just like, in Ramil's panel, it's just entertaining, man. Like, I know everybody's live streaming. I think Auntie and everybody, but man, I don't see if he has a stream up. Hold on. Guess what, y'all want to be curious what I'm talking about. I hope he improved this in the private because I know he takes this down every time. Let me see. Ramil. Boy, Ramil at. Okay. Let's look at Ramil. Let's look at stream share. Yeah, let's look at Ramil. Okay, this stream right here, this is what I'm talking about. Watch that stream, but if he takes it down, he's probably put it on Patreon. I hope he keeps it up. Simps, DJ Envy, and Umar Johnson mad at Kevin Samuels. That's what they was talking about. It was a great stream. He hit some numbers, and he's got some subscribers. He's hit them subscribers. He might get 10K. That's my prediction with him. He may get 10K after this, or probably 100,000 before the summer. I think he's gonna get 100,000. I think Ramil's up there. He doesn't come back. Mr. P&D, Mr. Pump and Dump. Yeah, he's lit. He's got 3.5 views, 3.5,000 views. This is a great stream, man. Shouts out to him, man. Like the entertainment at the end with Mr. Fentanyl and Gabe, man, it was priceless, man. I ain't never seen nothing like it. Yeah, that was a stream that I was on, just trolling. Didn't give a fuck. I just did my thing, man. It's just like I'm gonna stop the screen share. I know everybody's live right now, and I mean, yeah, yeah, everybody's live right now. And I'll tell you who stream I'm on now in the chat. I'm over here in the chat. If y'all notice, Ant, check him out. He's talking about these terms, the terms beta and sentinel. But yeah, it's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good. Um, I'm just looking at it like this. People are tired of your boy, man. They really tired of him stirring strife, and it's so funny that he likes to start these beats. That's what people are sick of, and I think everybody's tired of it. And I guess Gabe mentioned this one time to me in the utilitarian video with change of construct, and he said the characters of it, and man, that shit was funny. Yes, it was funny. One G's, what's up, man? Yes, it was. That shit was funny over Ramil's. I had to salute Ramil, man. It exposed that man's whole card, man. I don't know what his problem is. Every time over Ramil's, he gets so amped up. And it's not Gabe and everybody else, it's him. Why is he so amped up when someone talks about money or anything? He gets so emotional on Ramil's. I try to tell you, Ramil don't play that silly stuff. I'm going to tell you, something's going to happen this summer. I don't think he's going to put up with it. That's just my prediction. I don't know. I'm just going to leave it alone. And he's going to see. He's going to get tired of that shit too. I'm just going to put it out there. I'm for the record on this channel. I'm going to put it out there. I don't know what's going to happen in coming summer in the fall. He's not going to put up with the fuck shit because I think he wants it a certain way like KS, and he's going to limit it. And he may put it behind the paywall, but that's great. But we'll see. We'll see what he gonna do. Because people's probably in his ear right now. They said, Bill, you can't have these niggas acting crazy in the chat. They better do something or contribute. But that's next. But Ramil, shouts out to him with that great stream, man. Great information. People's talking about the space, and I don't know who they talking about specifically, but it's getting notoriety. It's just people already know it's online. We're not gonna be on TV or anything, but the ones that's gonna be on TV want to be successful like KS. Well, you got to do something different. But you can't get mad when certain individuals get successful, right? But when you're dealing with two guys that used to be cool, but Gabe always be in the chat. He's always in the chat, Gabe's always in the chat. I have no problems with Gabe. I realize that he soft trolls like I do, and he's a real dude on the panel. And then when we had that great discussion on that utilitarianism video, I saluted him, man. He's always welcome on this panel, man. Anytime. And it just boggles my mind, like them dudes going at it, man. That's a classic, that's a classic on another man's panel like that. Ramil, he's okay with it. But if he gets a certain subscription number and certain validity and height and more numbers, he's gonna probably have to tone it down. I just know Ramil, Ramil's doing it for a little entertainment, a little, I ain't gonna say clout, but Ramil's gonna get his regardless. And I ain't got no hate against him. Ramil, keep doing your thing, man. If you want to tone it down and do it for the sake for the men, that's great. I'm just gonna look at it like this. Look, wherever it happens in the summer, if some little disagreement goes off over there, I'll be the first one to witness it. I ain't gonna probably make no panel stream out of it. I'm gonna make a self stream about it and say, I'll say I told you so. It's gonna be real serious what's gonna happen, because the summer I'm gonna probably be outside more than just doing panels, because panels they gonna be strategic in the nighttime. I'm gonna come up with some real topics, and I got a stream tomorrow at 5. So I'm gonna update you with the cynicism and stoicism. I'm gonna get into that. I got some links for it. I'm gonna do a whole stream on that, break down to you the links, and get into it. And it's a serious thing. But yeah, we're gonna get into the philosophy mode of things, and we're gonna kick it back into swing. So yeah, I ain't tripping about the lost subscription, but that's okay. That's part of YouTube. That's part of life. We deal with it, and we keep it pushing. I feel a lot great than I did yesterday. Yesterday's stream, I had like a small fever from the shot. I'm gonna tell you what happened to me yesterday. I had back spasms first. I could barely eat, and then I had a migraine, and I had like a small fever. That was part of the shot. That was the one side effect I had, but I fought through it like a champ. But my body's in great condition right now. I can move around and do what I want now. So I'm great. I'm here. I'm still alive. I ain't died for no damn shot. So I'm still here. So you heard it here first. So yeah, man, I'm just doing my thing, and I ain't worried about the BS over there, but they toned it down. But that stream was crazy. I just have to give it to them, man. Like what we see now is just you see the division over there, and that's what I look for. I look for any little spark. But man, I mean, what did someone say in the chat, in his chat? He said, which called Nate said, can we all just get along? I said, Nate. I heard that before. Yeah. I'm great, man. I'm great, Gabe, man. I'm great. I'm great. I did a stream last night, was kind of struggling with Wacky, and we talked about it, man. That was a decent stream, and that's it. The brothers of the ISUBK is going to say that you sold out to Esau for taking a shot at get the hell out of here. The FISUBK, they never was our brothers anyway. They're the main ones that flagged us in 2012, along with Pharisee Obliterate and the rest of them. The hell with them. I didn't sell out to Esau. They're the ones that sell out to Esau, to the Jesuit order. So, oops, the hell with them. Fuck them niggas, man. I don't care about them niggas. All they do is complain. And they just want to cry, man. Like I'm done with it, man. Like I'm just done with it. Like they can get mad all they want to. Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't care what they say. Well, let's read this again. Brothers ISP say that you sold out to Esau for take shot. They can go to hell. I did not sell out to nobody. They the same niggas that sold us out 9 years ago, and I remember what they did. The hell with them. I never supported them niggas, man. And the council explain uh why you going off. And then the hell with him. He's a sellout nigga from the Jesuit order. The hell with that nigga, man. They the same niggas that been side with that nigga back in 2012. The hell with them niggas. I don't answer to no man. I answer to the Most High himself. Who cares about that shot, man? They ain't killed nobody yet. It's just, it ain't even that serious. I don't believe it kills people. That's just them lying. And you want to catch that virus, a man-made disease, they done killed you. If I die, so what? But they wouldn't care. They the same niggas always want to hate. I don't care about these dudes like that. I'm sorry. It's survival mode. They the same ones that ain't want unity. I'm sorry. They the same ones that don't like brothers that have a difference of viewpoints, and no one believes in that Jesuit rhetoric that they're talking about. I'm sorry. I learned that truth years ago thanks to Elder Young One. I don't listen to dudes like them and Tahar and them. They're crybabies. They just like the ones we see in the manosphere. And like Gabe had to tell them off, man. Look, y'all make hypocritical statements and worry about Umar Johnson all day. I call him Pumar, and Pumar needs to calm down and quit hating on the manosphere. They just, I get what he's trying to do. They clout chasing off of Kevin Samuels. That's all they're doing, and upset. And it's just, no, I'm not taking it seriously. I'm just laughing. I'm laughing. I'm not taking it seriously. I'm just laughing at it. Like I don't take them dudes seriously. I'm just laughing, Wacky. They over here lying. Like I'm gonna have you to counsel. I'm like, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the rush? I'll put this in the chat and we can have a discussion. But you know, You know, yeah, I'm gonna pin the link and let's talk about this drama. I hope Gabe's here, but yeah, man, Mr. Fentanyl, man, he's acting crazy, man. He needs to calm down. Like all this beef and stuff, and trying to say, "Oh, I'm for the manosphere," and he gonna end up like your boy Tommy, man, going to go. He's gonna pull one on us. I mean, we got another Tommy man in the house. I ain't taking these dudes seriously, whack it, and yeah, I'm not. It's a rhetorical question. Nah, I already know it's a rhetorical. It's a great question. I'm just saying, like, dudes like that, it's the main reason I had a problem with them back then. Like, they the same types. You got David Johnson like that. Okay, take your time. Take your time. Yeah, because David Johnson is crazy, man. Like, he's one of them. They sound just like him, and that's one of the issues why the space is held back. If you pay attention on dude's panel, Mr. 824, he's one of them. Oh, we got Gabe in the house. What's going on?
What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
Chilling, man. Chilling, man. I'm tired, man.
Yeah,
That took a lot out of me.
that was
late,
epic, man. I'm like, this dude called you out, but he didn't want to address me in the chat, say in super chat, right? And then
MOT did. MOT definitely addressed you.
Yeah, but Big Truck said this dude called him Mr. Fentanyl. I'm like, yeah, he believes in George Floyd had the drugs in the system. That's why I call him. Like, he still believes that. I let him be who he is. I can't.
Yeah. Right. I just think that and again, kind of how like ended off on Ramil's, like I don't got no issues with him, but if I see some crap, man, I'm gonna call it out, man. Yeah. I'm gonna definitely call it out because I mean, he was trying to stun on the brothers in the chat, like, y'all ain't got no money, this and that. He's like, something about 10K, something about 40K. I'm like, is this what you want to do? Because, and he's like, ain't nobody making 100K, ain't nobody making more than 200K. I'm like, but some of us are. So like, and then he's like, all you want to talk about is your money. I'm like, but you brought us here. You brought us to the point where we start talking about money because you start naming numbers. So it's like, I just didn't understand that. Anyway. Yeah. I don't want to rehash it because you were there.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, man. Like the way he be attacking dudes, it's like every time on Ramil's, man, Ramil has these crazy streams, man. I laugh. I try not to say nothing in the chat. I just try to listen what they saying about the finance and stuff and Big Truck and them. They're cool, It's just when those boys get on, they try to ruin it. But the numbers, like you said, went down with him. I was like, yeah, it's just it's sad though. It's a lot of little friction there, because they was talking about what you call Envy and Umar Johnson. Umar, he's the past. I mean, he lost his way. I feel sorry for him, but like, dude, you done lost, man. KS is dusting you, man. Like, there's a market for KS. Trust me, that ain't women. I mean, they'll put him on a TV circuit,
right?
Replace Steve Harvey. That's just my viewpoint.
He was kind of very 2017-ish, 2016-ish.
Yeah,
like we don't really hear too much about his progression anymore. I mean, I think a lot of it probably has been because of how much the manosphere has roasted him. Like I remember back then there was so many panels talking about it. O'Shea used to go in heavy about him. Yeah. So I think that a lot of that sentiment, when you didn't see the school, brothers was like, I don't know what's going on with this guy. So
I could take it a step further. Before he initiated the school, before he had that idea, he was doing that back in 2012, and he was dissing dudes. And Cyrus said he tore his behind up. They was going back and forth. That was a classic. Cyrus said he's still around. Umar is not. Like both are still around. Sidnet and them, they just not as popping no more. Because people got tired of that Egyptology nonsense. And that's what we dealt with. We dealt with that 9 years ago. Me and Wacky we was dealing with them dudes on the street. And then he mentioned about Tazari. I mean, that dude's a fraud. It's like David. David was supposed to represent those groups.
Oh, really?
He's the main reason why they're held back on old boy's channel, because he's the one that's allowing those talking points to go through. Some of the.
So when you say David, you mean David Johnson?
The
he's Lion.
He's supposed to support ISUBK because the way he sounds just like them, and I hope y'all notice that. That's how they sound like on the street. He just took it to the manosphere. I don't think people don't understand. Like, you support everybody, but you sound like an ISUBK member, but you don't really be out there. So China White exposed them for that. that's how I question him. Like, yeah, he's a cool troll and everything, but dude, you
Yeah,
one of them, man. Like, you're no different. You know
yeah,
different. It's just like that's why people don't really like David like that,
yeah.
But it's
I think it's just
satirical.
an overall changing of the guard, right? The we're seeing like live transition from the old to the new.
Yeah,
When people was like, the Umar Johnsons, the Derek Jacksons, they're kind of fading away because their topics and their talking points just are not. They can't stand up to what's now, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
I just think they really can't compete for people's ears at the moment. So
hmm Yeah, what I saw that stream, man, that was crazy. I mean, when you went
yeah,
after him, like he got really rattled, and I know I was trolling against him. He was upset. He said, "You old ass niggas, this and that." He always keep using the same old words, and I was like, "Dude, let it go, man."
I was just surprised, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
Who,
surprised at the chat. I'm like, yo, y'all
who
yeah.
going
you
wild.
guys
What's going
talk?
on, Wacky?
What's up?
Hey,
Who you guys
hey, what's
talking
up?
about? What's going on?
Oh man, not,
Mr. 824, man. You know your boy
Oh,
was stripping again at Ramil's, but it was a great topic though. It was talking about Envy and Umar, and it was talking about the manosphere.
mhm.
Umar was being interviewed by Mark Lamont Hill, right? And Mark Lamont Hill asked about the what's the growing space in the internet. And Umar got upset and just mentioned manosphere this and that. He was upset, really, like the shine is pulling away from, because of Kevin Sanders. That's all this is about, really.
I
Hmm.
mean,
Yeah.
the thing is with Umar Johnson is that people should have people should have woke up and smelled the coffee when
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
years ago when it came to his so-called school.
yeah,
Once when they came to his so-called school, just by how he explained how he planned to set up his school, right then and there, people should have known that it was a scam, and that's when people should have smart enough to know not to take him seriously,
yeah,
because
yeah.
I've been picked up on it. It's yeah, but
Well, he's been staying alive from Breakfast Club interviews, and I think that's been the main thing that's been keeping him in front of us, or just in front of people in general, because I really don't hear about him other than that.
yeah, and no matter how many Breakfast Clubs interviews that he's been on,
Hmm.
I get what you're saying. I'm not saying Gabe, baby, you're wrong, but what I'm
Yeah,
saying is
hmm,
that the viewing audience should have enough sense to know that he's a fraud, no matter how much interviews that he's been on,
yeah,
whether it's on the Breakfast Club and what have you.
hmm, yeah,
I was battling people online back in 2015 and even lost some
hmm,
friends because I was telling people, listen, Umar school, so-called school, is a scam, and I broke
yeah,
down how it's a scam. And it's like people, it's like the thing is with so-called black people sometimes is
hmm,
that they fall in love so much with
yeah,
romanticism,
yeah,
and they want to romanticize an idea that they like, that they
yeah,
refuse to accept reality, and when you give them reality, they go against you.
yeah. Because the school idea, I absolutely agree. Because the school idea, I mean, the idea of it is like amazing, right? I mean, a school that is teaching black children, right, or so-called black children, boys, really, right, about themselves, really focus on black education. And I know he had a big emphasis on mental disabilities and whatnot, or misdiagnosis of black children in America, and the school would kind of really focus on a lot of that. We're really focusing on education. So, I mean, the idea is amazing, right? But the practicality just wasn't there,
Yeah,
or the execution wasn't there. So,
yeah. The execute, that's a better word. The execution wasn't there. I mean, the execution was there, but it was the execution to put money in his pocket instead of actually helping and create the school.
yeah. I mean, after all these years, what's it been? 6, 7, more than that, right? I
More
mean,
than
it's
that,
been
it's like
years.
Yeah, years.
more than 10 years. It's like I think more than
Yikes.
10 years has passed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think one time he addressed it, was saying that they're stopping him from being able to get his school or something. Or he gave one update video from what I remember, of just some random school, and but it just never came into fruition.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty whack. No pun.
Mm.
No, but otherwise on the Fantastics, on Ramil's channel, me and Fantastic had another back and forth, right? I know you, so that
Yeah,
was pretty interesting. So,
yeah.
but other than that, yeah,
Yeah, it's weird that he always, anytime you disagree with him, he gets in this aggression mode. It's really sad though. You know, I try not to make fun. You know, yeah, I troll him half the time. Like when it's like big discussions or anything important or politics, that boy gets riled. Even if you disagree with, he'll come at your head for no reason. I'm like, dude, just chill. Like everybody can't think like you do. Like that's a problem. Like to me, it's like the next time. I tell you what's going to replace him. It's just his antics, his little I would say his some of his rhetoric, but I understand and why. And then Art of New Style try to explain why does he think like that. I try to tell him on the panel, look, Art, that's who he is, man. You got to let him be. Because sometimes you can't change people like that. You know, he's gonna stand on what he's gonna stand on. He said, "Hey,
yeah.
I'm the champ." You know, in his mind, he said, "I'm the champ. I'm a winner." You know,
See,
I
that's
dealt
the
with
thing.
that.
Like,
Yeah, I dealt with guys.
everything is a competition. Like
Yeah,
we don't have to compete. We're not. I don't need to be. Like he really stands on this. I'm bigger than everybody. I'm better than you. I'm more charismatic. I'm funnier. Like we don't need to compete here. Like we're not in competition actually here. So I don't know why it's always a competition.
yeah, it's like that in every stream. I'm like,
Yeah,
he sounds great when he's talking, when you get him calm, but when you hit him with the real stuff, he just
yeah,
goes off and be on a rampage. I say, dude, like I try to tell him, quit fighting against the grave, man.
yeah,
I mean, you already got established in the military. We get it, but God, that's worse than a guy talking about his PhD. You're showing your hand like every
yeah.
time, like you show your hand, like
So yeah, that happened on Ramil's channel, Wacky. That also happened.
Oh, okay.
FYI.
Oh, okay.
that's
Man.
what he does. But I don't say nothing. I try to be, nice. I'm like, dude, like I'm trying to leave you alone, man. He wants that smoke every now and then. I'm like, dude, you need to just chill, man. That pandemic stuff ain't no joke, man. I
No.
understand people are cooped up, but wow, man. It ain't no joke. I'm just serious. Like when you have guys
Yeah.
that like that, I understand. I'm like, but
Yeah. But no worries, man. Just wanted to come up and say what up.
yeah.
Hopefully the shots don't take you out. Hopefully
No, I didn't take me out. I'm great,
you don't
man.
start turning into a zombie, right?
No,
You're not looking at like wasn't that a thing, right? Like people were saying
that's
people
what
gonna start turning
they
into
were
zombies.
saying. But
Yeah.
nothing happened to me. I'm great, man. I
Yeah.
Like,
even
yeah, wait.
even last night we talked about it on the stream with I think it was
Yeah.
Wacky and Sheed, and that was a great stream
Mhm.
last night. Even though it had like 53 views, but yeah, man, it's just I'm fine, and I knew what it was. My dad said he took it before, and he said it was just a small fear. That means the shot is working. It means you're gonna be
Mhm.
immune in 2 weeks. So
Oh,
I can wait for the
Yo,
next week. Yeah.
I could have sworn last night when I was speaking to Sir on the panel, I heard him go.
you started knowing some unusual behavior.
Yeah, unusual behavior. That's why I had to go. I'm like, oh no,
Yeah.
zombie time. I'm out.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a champion. Let me stop.
I'm like, either he's turned into a
It's
zombie
probably
or
it's
he's
the
turned
lady. I was
to
like,
the
chill, bro,
Incredible Hulk.
chill.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Man.
I've heard all the
Enough.
stories. Yeah, because my wife, she works in a hospital, so she pretty much has to get it. So
Yeah.
she's had it for maybe a month and a half. She had a
Oh,
first
wow.
and second dose. Yeah, so it ain't. She's. I think she's okay. I mean,
Yeah.
everything working all right from
Yeah.
what I could tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Did you take it, Gabe? Did you take the vaccine?
No, I haven't yet. I haven't had to travel for work in so long, man. So before the pandemic, I was pretty much like I was like at 50, sometimes 60% travel. So I would be gone every month for maybe 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks. But since the pandemic happened, I mean, I barely had to go anywhere. And when I did go, I would just drive. So I went to upstate New York a couple of times. I went to DC. I went to parts in Pennsylvania, but I just drove because I'm here in the Midwest. But other than that, man, I haven't been anywhere. So I was supposed to go down to Atlanta for an engagement, but that just got canceled and turned to a remote engagement. So I haven't traveled a bit at all. So because of that reason, I I could just wait to get the vaccine because I really don't have a lot of exposure to people.
Okay.
How about you?
No, I haven't taken the vaccine. I don't plan to take it.
Yeah.
Like it's just me, the type of person I am. I'm just very skeptical when it comes to vaccines.
I feel that. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Like me personally, the only time when I would take a vaccine is if I'm going through some life-threatening situation and I need to take it to survive.
Yeah.
If like, I'm not in that position, I won't take it. That's just my opinion, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Everybody feel different about it. I just look at it as like, if you don't have to, or if you don't want to, and if you're not like crazy exposed to people, then why?
Yeah. But I still take precaution though. Of course,
Same.
I eat healthy.
Yeah,
that stuff like that. Eat healthy. I'm going back to working out, and I take precautions. Dope. I'm in New York City, so of course I wear my mask.
Yeah.
Wash my hands constantly, and I don't really fuck with people like that. So my me socializing is limited. So
same. Yeah, I think that pretty much does it, right? I mean, it's not too much. It's a lot that you can do to not increase your chances of exposure. It's a lot that you can do. So, yeah, man. What part of New York? Like you're like which are you in one of the boroughs or?
Yeah, I'm in one of the boroughs. I'm not. Yeah. I won't tell specifically where because because no offense, but I got people stalking me even to this day.
Oh, okay. I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just asking because I was in man a couple of times. I was in what's it called, Midtown, and then I was in Manhattan. And another time, man, was working. I can't stand Manhattan, man. It's just so busy. Like y'all don't sleep.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
And, it was just crazy.
Yeah, Manhattan is busy. You just see people after people.
That's it.
After people after people.
Yep.
Yeah. But it's so funny because of course when you live in New York City for a while, you just get used to it. So
you get used to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like you don't really recognize it until you spend some time away from New York and you come back and you're like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I'm in the Midwest. I'm in Toledo, Ohio. So I'm in Ohio. It's like farmland, a lot of places, So very Midwest. But then even before that, I was in Shreveport, Louisiana. I think a couple of weeks before I went to Manhattan. And so doing those differences, like deep south, you're literally seeing possums and everything and armadillos. And then you go to the city, the Manhattan. It's a whole different story. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Super fast paced. Yeah.
Oh man. Everything's super expensive. I'm like, why is this?
Yeah.
But then in the South, it's like you could get a whole meal for like $4-5.
Yeah.
With the fixings and everything. But then you go Manhattan, I mean, you spend a good $40-50 for a meal, a piece. Yeah. So
if that.
Yeah.
Why do you think a lot of New Yorkers are making the exits and going down south, going back down south?
It makes sense, man. Because I was go ahead, sir.
Yeah, they are making a lot of times down south, like Wacky said. I see them all the time in Smyrna and Cobb County, where I used to work at years ago. And they talk to me about how bad New York is, and some of them tell me how good it is, what it used to be.
Yeah.
It's just difference of opinion. But if you go up there, you'll see why, but a lot of it has to do with money, the housing and all that. And I'm like, oh, really? And I said, why y'all want to come down here in Georgia? Georgia, I know it's a little cheap in the 5% tax market, but but still, but I mean, they still building stuff. Don't get me wrong, for other people in other states as well. But I'm just like saying, it's normal down here. But go ahead, what you were saying though.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say I was in Charlotte, North Carolina for probably about a year and a half, working a contract. And I mean, my rent was, I had I didn't need a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, but I did get one. It was like barely $750 a month.
Good
with the
Lord.
washer and dryer inside, and man, it was wild. I'm like, So, and this is in Charlotte, right? This is within the city.
Yeah.
Not expensive at all. Not expensive at all.
Wow.
Then I was looking at rent and everything in New York. I mean, I don't think you can get nothing decent for under 3 G's a month, right? I mean, something like that.
Yeah, yeah. If you're lucky, you'll find something that's 1,300, 1,400.
Yeah.
Specifically in Manhattan and Brooklyn.
Oh,
you're not looking at anything under 2 G's.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of my coworkers who work out of the New York offices, they stay in New Jersey, and then they take the subway. I think the subway or the train, something.
Yeah.
Something
yeah.
in the
the New Jersey Transit. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But that's where they find that cheaper rent at in New Jersey. But they work literally right there in Manhattan because we have some offices down in there. So
yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah. That's smart. That's smart because northern New Jersey is only minutes away from Manhattan.
Oh wow.
And is and the rent is relatively cheaper.
Yeah.
That's smart.
All right, fellas, I'm gonna hop down, starting to get my bedtime. It's here 11 o'clock here in Ohio. After that argument, I'm tired.
Yeah.
All right, good talking to you, fellas. All right.
All right, appreciate you, Gabe. You always welcome.
All right, good night.
Yeah, peace out.
Peace. All right.
Yeah, that little drama that I saw in Ramil's, man, I had to do an Afterstream on it. It was crazy. It was a great topic, but it just went left, man, like real quick. And Ramil just don't care. He just does it on purpose to get aroused out of people, like who's gonna compete who. And I'm like, Ramil, man, come on, man. I mean, he be talking about the financial stuff, but but that is just, I guess people want to come see the Umar thing and the DJ Envy thing. Then it went left. Everybody came on the panel. It was decent until your boy just went crazy, man. Then Gabe just had to come up there and just troll him a bit. That's all it was.
Oh boy.
Yeah. You don't know what Gabe, because when Gabe, it's just like he's on this time, and it's like who to say you don't know what time he's on. Like, yeah, it's hard to tell. He's trying to drop everybody now. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh boy. I mean,
yeah. And Ty City was there too. He said it was tripping in the chat. He said, y'all ain't right in the chat. He was saying something, the largest spirit, man. I started like everybody was saying it was about like 800 people in the box in the beginning. So if you watch the stream,
typical black manosphere.
Yeah, 800 in the box.
Where you could have, it starts off having a decent conversation, and the more people come in the panel, the more likely the conversation is to go left, especially if the host don't step in and put some order in and make sure things don't go left. That's the main thing. But when it goes left, when a conversation on the panel goes left, that's when the number of the live views increase. Because because people love to hear argument.
Oh yeah,
drama sells. Yeah.
I know it went down when other visuals came up, and then I mean the views still went up. It dropped back down to regular 400. He usually get 400, 500 in the box.
Did it go down once the argument happened or after the argument?
I think the argument already happened. It went down. He got his views with the Umar thing.
But did it go down once the argument happened?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was a great stream, but the thing was, your boy just went on a tangent, and it all started from the super chat. That's when it went up from the chat room. But when it got on the panel, the trolling started, because the numbers already down. He got his views. He had 3.5 thousand views at the end of the stream. So, he got his numbers.
Okay, but how did the argument start though?
Oh, it started from the chat, and the people in the chat said, "What's between you and beef with Gabe Babe?" And here's what was, and Fantastic said like this. He said, "It ain't no beef. I'm just playing with him." He said, laughing, ha ha. He was being sarcastic. No, it really got to him, because what Gabe was telling him on the panel was some true stuff, and it really bothered him. You could tell in his voice when Gabe was talking. Gabe just comes in a condescending way. He's just playing with him sarcastically. And once the trolling started, he just he wouldn't let up. Then he talked about the money thing, and I hope he keeps that stream of you would have saw it. But
what money thing?
Talking about how much he was going to make in the military, but Gabe has more money than him because of his background, like talking about 2K, but Fantastic's gonna be good when he gets out. I mean, he's gonna get the same type of amount, but he keeps bragging like he's gonna get more. Dude, like you don't know how much the military is gonna pay you under I don't want to say under Biden because the way the pipeline and all that stuff, they have to look at your account, whatever, or this crypto thing people talking about. You don't know how much you're gonna get out of your retirement because they're not gonna give you all these 401ks and pensions. So you gotta save it wisely. Because Ramil talks about it a lot on his channel. You know,
Mm.
he has to be mindful. People are watching what you're saying. I know they're recording, but dude, I wouldn't be bragging like that. Like, I know you're in the military and all, but I know they make money and everything, but still, he's good. I ain't saying he's gonna get the best, but it depends on your ranking because I don't know what his rank is.
And yeah, it
Yeah,
depends on your ranking. It also depends on how much time he served. I think
yeah,
I don't know, based on what he said in one of his videos, that by the time he get out, he'll complete 20 years, right? In the
yeah.
military.
20 years.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's good. I mean, that's
that's
good.
good. That's
That's
good.
good. He's going.
I mean,
I mean, okay. I mean, the thing is, when he comes out, he will be taken care of.
oh yeah,
He will be taken care of. So, and he's a vet too. Like he's a war
yeah,
veteran. So,
yeah.
it's all good. I mean,
It's
hey,
all nice, and I think he
it's
wanted to
all
be
good.
I think he wanted to be a tech, and then Gabe is an engineer. That's what he said. He said, "I'll be telling you." He made a remark, told him, "If you don't listen to me, you'll be fired." I said, "Yeah, in a way, yeah, you can fire him. Depends on what tech company engineered what they want." You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of deep though. Yeah, I have some stories on that when I was in the dealership. I've seen a lot of tech guys get fired by engineers in the auto thing. It's deep.
Mm-hmm.
Not doing their job, they be watching you over your shoulder and stuff, and people hate that. Nah, it's just they're trying to see how you can handle the pressure. That's life in the business.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people have military backgrounds like fantastic, but a lot of people don't brag about the low rank. It's usually the high ranking ones, they get the most money, the
Yeah.
lieutenants, the generals,
Oh, of
up in the
course.
millions. Yeah,
Oh, of course.
that
Of course.
military industrial complex. Yeah, but they ain't gonna talk. He ain't gonna talk about that. Nah, he ain't gonna talk
Oh,
about that.
right, right.
He ain't,
Of course, of course. You already know that, man.
he ain't gonna talk.
The high ranking ones are going to get paid the most. That's just how it is. But hey, you
Yeah.
know, hey, it is. It is what it is. So you heard about? Yeah, I made a video yesterday talking about how the NCAA
Yeah,
is now finally thinking of paying its college players.
I saw that stream. Yeah.
And when I first saw that, I'm like, okay, you finally figured it out now. Like the NCAA finally figured it out, and like I said in the video, I feel that it's too little, too late. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of these young talented athletes, these blue chip high school prospects, especially in basketball, they just have too many options to choose from to not go to college. I mean, once it's 2022 and the NBA make its rule change to go back to accepting high school players, that's it.
Mhm. That's
That's
it.
it for college basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, because remember the NBA, they got their own minor league, which is the G League.
Yeah.
So they could draft high school players and have them spend 2, 3, 4 years in the G League, then play in the NBA.
Hmm.
So the time these young players could spend playing college, they could spend playing professional basketball in a minor league system and then go to the NBA and still make money, you know?
Yeah. Lakers
And
hold on last night, didn't they? Yeah.
say that again.
The Lakers hold on last night.
Oh yeah, they won by 2 points, man. Yeah, they
Oh,
won last night in overtime. I'm
okay.
glad. I'm glad.
Yeah, they still in the playoffs. Okay.
Yeah, they're
Good.
still in the playoffs. Yeah, they number 7, man. The Knicks is good, man. Damn. I'm
Yeah.
impressed.
That's that Barrett kid from Canada, and that
Yeah.
the changes y'all made. The Knicks is fine. I
Yeah.
mean, they
Well,
have a
not
long.
y'all. I'm a Laker fan, even though I live in New York. I'm a Laker
Yeah,
fan.
the Knicks is fine. They have a long way to go. It's a
Yeah,
future for them. Yeah.
yeah. RJ Barrett, he didn't play good last night. But
Nah, he didn't.
Julius Randle was whooping some ass, boy.
Oh yeah, he was the difference on that
Yeah.
team. Yeah,
That dude is nice, man. Like they need to keep him for a long time, man.
yeah, they didn't quit hating on him, man. He's an asset. He's a team builder. I told y'all, like, leave
Who?
Randall alone. I mean, Julius Randle, leave Randall alone. I used to call him that when I was in the workplace. He be hitting them shots, man. He be
Yeah.
hurting in the boards. Yeah.
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 But saying what you're saying about NCAA, yeah, that's it for them. I predicted this a long time ago,
Yeah.
years ago when I used to work.
Hmm.
They was gonna get rid of that dumb rule. They said that like 2020 around this year, before the pandemic, and they said they was gonna remove that.
Yeah.
So now, by next year, yeah, they kept their promise. But see, it's that time and that money. They making
e-
that money back from the pandemic and all that stuff. Everybody's
Exactly.
doing it. Yeah.
And you know why? You know another reason why the NBA is thinking of getting rid of that one and done rule in
Hmm.
2022? Because if you pay attention, you have a lot of the foreign leagues overseas. They come into America and sign their high school players right after they graduate high school. So, like, there's been a few times where some of the best high school basketball players had signed overseas. And these overseas leagues, they basically almost just as good as the NBA. So, what you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
So, what the NBA fears is that eventually more and more young American high school players is go overseas and stay overseas, thus stealing away the talent that the NBA could use to make money for themselves. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So it's like basically what I'm trying to say, make the long story short, foreigners, foreign companies going to America and taking away players that the NBA want. And those young kids making money for these foreign companies instead of the NBA. That's what the NBA fears. So therefore, they said, "Fuck the one and done rule. We're gonna go back to grabbing high school players also.
The
We're not
talent.
gonna let these foreign leagues come in and grab our high school players. We want first dips."
Yeah, that's American grab. Yeah, see, high school players create superstars. See, Kobe
Yep.
was probably the rarest. Now, Garnett was the first because even though he didn't win a championship, he was the first that brought it back. I mean, it all
He
started
won a
back in the
championship.
80s.
He won
Yeah,
a championship.
yeah, later on. But I'm just saying, like back in the day, yes, you had guys that wanted like what's his name, Moses Malone and all of yeah, those guys was classic. But we're talking about guys like, who came out of Evans High School. Daryl Dawkins, he's another one.
Yeah.
I can name
I
some
think
names.
I think Daryl Dawkins. I think that's the first ever
Yeah,
player to get drafted in the NBA straight out of high school.
high
Evans
school.
High School, right?
Yeah, Evans
Evans
High School. Evans High
wh-
School.
in
I forget
Florida.
what. I don't know. It could be one of them states, but all I know he came out of the high school, and then I forget what Moses High School that he came out of too. Moses Malone.
Yeah,
They were the only two. And then I think they appreciated Kevin Garnett years later. He did it again. But
yeah,
this type of style of draft back in the 90s was different because Garnett went from two high schools. He's from Malden, South Carolina. After
yes,
that lynching incident that he served that time, his mom wanted to move him up to Chicago. I saw it on Beyond the
yeah,
Glory, and that's how I
yeah,
figured out where he was come from. He's from Malden, South Carolina. I said, really? And then what I found out that he went to Farragut in the Nike camp, and the guy sent him to that school, and that's the high school he was coaching, and that was in Illinois. That's like an academy. That's how
mhm,
they noticed him. He was dropping all those points, and that's how he got it to be the fifth pick of the Timberwolves. But see, to try to help Christian Laettner out, and then even though Laettner went somewhere else, like the Hawks, his
yeah,
best years was in Atlanta. That was it with Laettner. I mean, he's respected in college, but Garnett, his name soared to Minnesota, and then of course he got traded in Boston, got a championship. Now Kobe was the superstar in the beginning. He was
yeah.
tailor made for Jerry West and Shaq. Shaq was struggling in his years. Shaq just wanted based off in his
I mean,
prime
shit.
years. Yeah, I hate to say that, but the Jordan years kind
I
of
mean,
stopped him. He had
I
his
mean, he
chance.
didn't. No, let me
Yeah,
tell you. Okay, let me say, he didn't struggle. No, Shaq didn't struggle. It's just that team wise, as far as winning championship, that's where he
yeah, I
struggled
was
at.
gonna say that
But
team.
every other
I'll say
facet of
that.
his game, he didn't struggle because like individually speaking, Shaq was getting better and better and better.
Yeah,
You
each
know,
year. Yeah,
at one point, Shaq was like the second or third most dominant player in NBA behind Michael Jordan and
yeah,
Hakeem
he was.
Olajuwon.
He was.
So, what the only part he was struggling at is having a championship caliber team. That's the only part he
Yeah,
was struggled at until the
and
2000s.
I
You
was
know.
thinking about the '95 team Magic. Now
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
ain't gonna say hypothetical. Now, if he did one, and if Houston wasn't on that game, yeah, they would have dominated. If Nick Anderson would have missed those free throws, yeah, it'd be a different story. He said that all the time, but he said no, it had to happen because Elijah one kind of embarrassed them during the first game. At the end when
Listen,
they,
yeah.
you know.
Oh, go ahead, finish.
Yeah, I was saying like he embarrassed when I saw the documentary about the Magic, on Netflix, the 30 for 30, and the way he explained it, it was deep how Elijah one got into their heads at the like during the game, and then the fans kind of like was turning on him, whatever. But then I think he went to Houston. They had the brooms on him, right? After they got swept. I was like, wow. And he felt that broom too. That was real. And I was like, wow, I didn't know that.
Let me tell you something. If Nick Anderson in game one made those free throws, then the Magic wouldn't have been swept in the finals. They would
Yeah.
have lost the finals either way. They had no chance against Houston. I
Yeah.
remember watching it as a kid. I remember watching it live as a kid. Trust me, Houston and Hakeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler, they was on another level.
Yeah.
They nah. The Magic had no shot to winning the championship. That's why
Yeah.
I said that if Nick Anderson made those free throws, it would not be a sweep. The Magic
No,
would
I
have lost the
wouldn't.
finals 4 games to 1. It would not be a
Yeah,
four
that's a
games.
possibility. I was thinking like that too as a kid. I was like, man, that'd be
Yeah,
interesting though. But
yeah. They would have won game 1, but
but
that
that
would
sweep,
be it.
but that sweep was for real though. And I'll tell you what was the difference though. Elijah one when he amped up and Kenny Anderson, I mean not Kenny Smith and the other guys kept playing with Mario Ellie and all them guys.
Yeah,
That changed the whole team, and the team was just shattered. When
yeah,
Nick kept missing those free throws, his confidence was shot. You know,
mm,
so much for
yeah,
the team, right? And then Houston was just an experienced team. They were the sixth seeded team. See, last year they played a hell of a game against the Knicks. The Knicks couldn't beat them because the Knicks wasn't used
yeah,
to Elijah. They have to forget Elijah was in the finals in '86. Don't they remember
yeah,
he got destroyed by Larry Bird? A lot of those
yeah,
players don't forget where they come from. When you have
right,
a taste of the finals, you're destined to be the best. But Michael Jordan would have still gave him hell, but it would have been a game seven. That's the only team would
yeah,
have took him to game seven. But here's the thing. Jordan has that pride. Look, I'm not gonna lose against Elijah. They came from the same draft year.
yeah,
And
yes,
it's obvious, yeah, I'll give it to Jordan. A lot of people trying to say, oh, Elijah would have beat Jordan. I said, well, in hindsight, I respect Hakeem, but I don't think he would beat Michael. No, not with a
yeah,
team like the 93 and the 90. No. The
yeah. The
96
Bull,
Bulls, hell no.
no, the
Hell no. Not
96.
Dennis Rodman that used to play for the Pistons that understand Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
Yes. They would have killed Hakeem. I give you that. But,
yeah, yeah.
three
Like,
straight.
yeah, like the thing is, see, defensively, Hakeem would have okay on the offensive level.
Mhm.
Hakeem would have dominated in the paint because there would have been no big man. Well, maybe except Dennis Rodman, because if Dennis Rodman know how to guard Shaquille O'Neal, he'd be able to guard Hakeem Olajuwon. Okay,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, but okay, yeah, but that '96 Bulls, nah, the
No.
Rockets would have no shot against the '96 Bulls,
It
nah,
would be the 96 Bulls, even the 98 team. That was a good one too. 97 was
yeah,
okay. Don't get me wrong. All three of
'97,
them. Yeah,
yeah,
they was too much. It's just when you have Robin, he turned the whole team around. He was the
yeah,
difference. Even the other players too. No disrespect to those guys. Those was great. Those are the Bulls teams I like. I've been a Bulls fan since the time growing up. Even though I like other teams, don't get me wrong. I love some of the old NBA.
right,
Iverson was dope. I'm not a Sixers fan, but I respect him with that Sixers team, what he did in the 2000s, even though he had some bad pieces, but that's
yeah,
Philly for you. I'm not shitting
yeah,
on Philly for that. Philly did their best.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, Iverson, he never really had a good team except for like you said, the 2001 team where they made it to the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, but yeah, man. Hey, going back to when I'm talking with the NCAA, yeah. Now, like I said before in my video, there's talks of the NFL having a one and done rule when it
Oh
comes to the
wow.
NFL draft. Yeah, so it's just talks, but where there's smoke, there's fire. So the
Mhm.
NFL, there's talks for the past 2 years that the
Mm-hmm.
NFL want to change their draft requirement, where now, well, what they're talking about, they want to have a one and done rule now.
Oh wow.
And if that happens, college football will be fucked.
Oh, it's over. Oh,
Yeah,
it's over.
because the NCAA, they make a lot of money off of basketball, but they make a whole lot more money off of its football.
Football, yeah.
I mean, the two sports that the NCAA is surviving off of money wise is football, number one, basketball, number two.
Mm-hmm.
Every other sport is not really making a lot of money for the NCAA. So the NCAA is trying to find a way to keep college players for as long as possible. Therefore, now they're considering wanting to pay players. See, but the NCAA is not going to admit that. But if you just study the NCAA and its history, you'll come to that conclusion.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a history of that, and a lot of times that's normal for them. But college football is pulling the NBA playbook, and what I've noticed, man, that's that I tell you, that's the Adam Silver and what's the name Goodell, man. They understand how it's money
Yeah,
works. I mean, those billionaires, man. I told you, it's just like the tech industry. They got to compete, man.
yeah,
NCAA is a joke. I mean,
yeah,
you're not paying players. That's part of it, and the likeness and all that stuff. See, college football to me is overrated. Nobody likes but the ACC teams, SEC teams. Think about it. It's a Southern sport in a way. People
yeah,
get tired of looking at Southern football. I'm just sorry. I grew up in the South. Anytime you get tired of seeing Alabama winning all the time, or UT, Florida, or
mm,
Clemson and all those teams, or Texas A&M, they're gonna get tired of this shit. I know people like the Big Ten, like the Midwest, like
yeah.
Wisconsin, Michigan, and
Ohio State. Yeah,
Ohio. They get tired of this shit because they want a balance of the whole United States teams, like the
yeah,
Pac-12, Pac-10, and all that stuff. They want to see their conferences win. See, football's different. It's a Southern league controls that. See,
yeah,
in basketball, it's everybody. You got the Northeast, you got the ACC, the South a little bit, and the
yeah,
West Coast. It's
yeah,
four conferences into one. You know what I mean? It's confusing, but in high school, it's the whole nation
yeah,
or overseas. But if they ever want to get to the NBA, that's where the money is. Foreign players been doing it for years. So
yeah, 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 yeah. You're right about college football, though. Yeah, it's mainly dominated by the SEC, so it's like only one region.
it's that and ACC. Those are the two I think
Yeah,
that dominates that. Besides
ACC.
Big
Yeah,
Ten, and the Big
but the
Ten, that's the only third one. Yeah, the Southern. Yeah, you're right. Go ahead.
southern part of the ACC, though, because the ACC, the Atlantic Coast Conference, you got schools throughout the East Coast that's part of ACC, but it's really more so the southern half of the ACC. The ACC schools that's on the southern part of the map that's really dominating in college football, like Florida State, uh, University of Miami. Well, in the past, they had dominance. You get what I'm saying,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I get what you say.
yeah. So yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
because yeah, like I said, like personally, in my opinion, if it wasn't for the Florida schools, the ACC would be like a basketball only conference if you think about it.
Hmm.
Yeah, because in my personal opinion, what do you
Yeah.
think? Yeah,
I think they just done with it completely. They're tired of it. Like they're
yeah,
tired of seeing the same old stuff. High school football is kind of a little extreme, but I know people get hurt and they come back. State championships can be a lot boring. But I'll tell you this, I mean, people get tired of the college Southern sports, and I see it all the time when they talk about Georgia. When I used to work as a barista, and I noticed it was big in the dealership. Like when we had the college sports on every weekend, it,
mhm,
it was packed. But the teams they always gonna pick is usually Alabama or Michigan or Ohio State, or whoever.
yeah,
And Florida teams, you got to look at all the Southern teams in the SEC, Big 12, Big 10. It's only four conferences to look at. Some in the Big 12 in the South,
right,
Big 10 in the Midwest, and mostly the Southeast Coast and the Mid South, like
yeah,
Tennessee, whatever. It gets boring after a while. Nobody wants to talk about those Pac 12, Pac 10 teams because they're not that good. They're not known for football. They're known for other
yeah,
things like
yeah,
surfing and things like that, but not
yeah.
no.
except for
football.
USC and
Yeah,
Texas.
yeah.
USC and Texas.
USC is good. Good. I mean, but they known for their little football a little bit. I give Southern. I won't shout out to them. Shout out to y'all from the Southern Cal. Y'all have some good football, but
Yeah,
overall, it ain't enough competition over there.
yeah.
I feel sorry for the Bay Area state.
Yeah, overall, the Pac-12 is more so known for its basketball than its football.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, same. Yeah, shoot. In the Big East, because I'm a Big East guy because my school was St. John's.
Oh, okay.
The
That's
Big
cool.
East,
Ain't nothing
the
wrong
Big,
with
the Big East don't even have a football program anymore, man.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah, I remember when they did. Yeah, the Big
Yeah,
East just fell off the map. When I was growing up as a kid, I remember Georgetown and all them schools, man. All
yeah,
of them. Y'all
yeah.
had everybody. You had
Oh, yeah.
Louisville. You had like a little bit of
Oh
everybody.
yeah, yeah. We had Louisville. Yo, we had Louisville, Marquette.
Yes.
Yeah, we had Marquette. We had Cincinnati.
Uh-huh.
We had UConn. All of them left the Big East.
Mm-hmm.
All of them left the Big East. Syracuse. They all left the Big East, man, because they want to. The Big East officially said that they didn't want to invest in football, so all them schools left the Big East conference. Yeah,
Yeah.
Rutgers. We had Rutgers. Rutgers is now part of the Big Ten. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But oh, look what time is it? Yeah, it's my time to go.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been an hour because I think Jerome's gonna have a stream about that little situation. I don't see what he's got, but I might have to shut this down. But
Jerome, who?
a white
Oh,
side. He's got
oh,
a straight. I've subscribed to his channel. See what he's talking about.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, with yeah, I haven't subscribed to what's this guy's name? What was Ramil. I haven't subscribed to him.
Yeah, Ramil has the funniest strength, even though he talks about money and stuff besides the pump and dump. But I'm curious why he got guys like Big Truck and them other guys on. And he had SMD that made sense about the Bitcoin being created by banks. I wish he would have him on so I can ask him some questions, or if he has a channel,
Yeah,
why does he think like that? I'm really
yeah,
curious about that, about
yeah,
the
yeah,
Bitcoin stuff. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, sir, yeah, okay. I remember you was telling me about someone named Black Pride, right?
Yeah.
I heard Black Pride. He's back on YouTube. Somebody
Yeah,
say,
he is. Yeah, he's a good dude. He's a good dude. I used to subscribe to him years ago around the time I subscribed to you, and he talked about this not just pro black but manosphere stuff too, but he talked about the same thing all the guys talk about. He was like the first one who was cool. Rick Scorpio, Goku Sun,
okay,
Pink Elephant. He's cool. They know who he is, but he was
okay,
serious about this revolutionary. So he has that Panther mindset, but he always encouraged brothers to be self-efficient. He
yeah,
used to work at the graveyard one time. He got stories about being a cop, but not a city cop, but state trooper. He's in the military. He almost married a Ethiopian woman, but they went left because she got brainwashed by the women here. So he got all
oh,
that. Yeah, yeah. He's a deep dude. Yeah, he's got a great, but he be ranting a lot. Similar rants to like these
so
brothers do.
so
Yeah.
do you know as a fact that he's back on YouTube because
Yeah, he is. He's got a channel, but I think it's Black Pride. But if you go his recent videos in the months, he's still on. But I don't think he makes that much videos.
oh,
He's one of those survivalist type dudes.
oh,
He's real about his shit. I just
oh, okay. Oh, you know
yeah,
about Goku's son, right? Goku's son.
yeah. He's cool with Black Pride. He'll
Yeah,
tell you about it. Yeah,
yeah. I met him years ago in DC when I was in DC. I met him.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Because I remember I was just in DC back then in 2013, just chilling. Just chilling,
mhm,
walking around,
yeah.
and one day I was tying my shoelaces, and I
Hmm.
could see from the corner of my eyes that somebody was just a few feet of me was just staring at me, just stood still staring at me. I'm like, back in my mind, I'm like, who's just staring at me? And if someone said the wacky word of O, I'll turn around like, yeah. And I saw him, and I was like, okay. I was like, who are you? Right? I said, who are you? And he said,
Yeah,
oh, I go by the name Goku Son on YouTube. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, Goku Son, he subscribed to me ever since he was in high school, ever since he was like 16 years old,
yeah.
you know. God. Yeah, he cool. He's a cool brother.
Yeah, he is. And he
Yeah.
reminds me from Black Pride's videos. I said, yeah, I used to watch his videos a lot, man. He goes in on everybody, even in certain people in the space that's so hypocritical about the black stuff. I mean, that dude was not playing around. I mean, he was around back in '06 when before the Manosphere started. He was the first one in the black sector came at these C words and all this stuff. And he just wasn't playing. He wasn't playing. I mean, if you thought those guys is bad on the other side, no, he was extreme. He went after the Edomites, man. He went after everybody. He always talked bad about the Mexicans a lot because he lived in California. How the racism is deep in Mexico because he lives close off of Tijuana in California. So
Okay.
he's the one mentioned about Dr. Sabi's death out there too. And I said, yeah, how they treat him in that jail. Court to say, just left him for dead. And he said that in his video. I was like, damn, you know.
Okay. Do, do you know of any recent videos that he made?
Not many, because I think he's kind of, he don't make a lot of them because, of course, YouTube, they got him blacklisted, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a good dude, I've talked to him in the comments before, I don't think he do the live streams, so,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So, all right, it's cool. All right, man. So it was cool speaking with you.
All
So
right,
Dr.
Sam, you always welcome anytime, but yeah, I'm just gonna shut this down. Yeah,
All right, brother. All right. Shalom, man.
shalom. Yeah, man, this is a decent stream. It's just a little after stream over meals, man. I'm gonna shut this little nonsense down. Uh yeah, Gabe's the world champ. We're gonna be up out of here. So with that, shalom and peace.